Joe Biden's cognitive decline. I've covered this for some time here on the program, and from the get go, you would see me, go back and watch podcasts. Everything's up there. I'd get angry at Jill Biden, his wife, and for the life of me, I don't understand how you could put somebody through this. Again, it has frustrated me. It made me angry. Quite frankly, I've called it at times elder abuse, and I'm sorry, unless you're someone who just doesn't want to deal in reality, someone who is more concerned about just holding on to power and having your team win, whatever it may be. Don't tell me you don't see it too. It's as plain as day. The Wall Street Journal did an extensive piece today, and I'm talking interviewing 45 people, Democrats and Republicans, various different events at the White House, negotiations back and forth over the past 2 years here. And again, we've covered these slip ups here on the program, where Biden loses his way, seems to get lost, seems to forget who's what's what, comes up with stories that don't make any sense. And quite frankly, I mean, the Journal goes through them in their piece today, and I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again because I got to be honest with you, I feel bad for the guy. Because they tell you something, there's something in life that scares the crap out of me. Scares the crap. Cognitive decline scares the living crap out of me. And anybody out there that has had to deal with family members that have suffered from cognitive decline, dementia, Parkinson's, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And again, you don't wish this upon anybody. And again, you can go the column today. You want to go check it out yourself. Read it. It's very, very long. Behind closed doors, Biden shows signs of slipping. It's not just behind closed doors. It's as plain as day. And the things, again, if you're not familiar with this, there's, the things that we talk about amongst family. And it's most recently was my father-in-law from, a few years ago. And prior to that, my aunt, prior to that, my grandmother. Say, they have good days and they have bad days. They have good days and bad days. And when you get to a point in time when you can no longer take care of them anymore, and you go to see them in assisted living facility, and some days, like I said, there'd be good days, and some days they were bad days. And that's basically how Joe Biden is being described by the people that are around him, both Democrats and Republicans. And that's not a good sign. Not a good sign. Another thing that was noticeable as well in this extensive article is they get angry. They get angry and they lash out from time to time. I'll give one specific thing here. There was a meeting at the White House, and Mike Johnson was talking about various different initiatives that the president could take when it comes to immigration and executive orders. And Biden flipped out, on him. I forgot more about immigration than you'll know. And again, you see that type of lashing out and anger, and you kind of understand it to some degree, because you got to understand people's frustration. Don't tell me that people are not self-aware. They're self-aware. They know. I mean, when things are not right, and I'm sure that the president does as well. Again, the various different in this piece, various different spokespeople from the White House calling this, political attacks. Is it really political? I mean, honestly, is it really political at this point in time? I think if I think if Gavin Newsom, be honest with you, I think if Gavin Newsom performed better in that debate on Sean Hannity with Ron DeSantis, he might be the nominee right now. The Democrats don't really have anything at this point in time. They don't. Who's next up? Who's on deck? Who's on deck? And I think they have they're comfortable, and I think many, powers that be, Democrats, the elites, they're comfortable with the arrangement right now. They're comfortable with who's the president is being handled by. Again, these are holdovers from the Obama administration, some people all the way back to the Clinton administration. And again, to them, it's holding on to power. And, again, you take a look at the president's public appearances, the last, town hall style conversation that he's had going back to 2021. Fewer and fewer meetings with legislatures every single year. And we see it. We see it. We know it. Again, one needs to understand that at this point in time is that, there's a pretty darn good chance Joe Biden wins. Kamala Harris is going to be president. Am I wrong in that? Is that political? Am I being political here, or am I just being honest? WatchDog on WallStreet.com.